All right, it's showtime. Let's learn things, folks. Good morning. I'm Daryl Mesa. This is part two of Windows Desktop AI Agent if and when it can actually fully control Microsoft Excel and work directly inside Excel. So I was thinking, as we always say, let me sleep on it. And I'm going to cave in and use a large action model. And using a large action model, I will be using Salesforce. And try not to be biased, which I am right now. But Salesforce has been the leading company in the industry in almost in the entire world to lead AI agents in the workforce. So I'm going to give their large action model a shot. So let's look for Salesforce. And this is GitHub for anybody who's new to AI. GitHub is the mecca of coding, programming. This GitHub has been around for ages, and it's the go-to place for anybody who wants to learn how to code, how to program, how to learn programming languages. It's all open source, meaning you can go on the internet just like what you see here, and people who want to show what they're doing, like their passion project, they post everything here. So this is a workaround for not being part of a huge organization like Lockheed or Boeing or you name it. You know, it's something for you to learn outside of your work environment, I guess, if you put it that way. So let's use Salesforce Labs. So this session is going to be about 45 minutes long. I'm not going to go too heavy. I have to go drop my daughter to school, so I won't bore you with some heavy stuff or some boring stuff. And I know you want to see me make a YouTube video with AI, but maybe someday. So to find large language models over the internet, there are two places: GitHub and Hugging Face. So we got Node over there. So let's search for large action model. All right, so I filter it to most forks, so that way I can. It's more for me to understand what's popping in Gen Pop, you know. So that's why I use most forks most of the time. So the repository that's popping, it's about 6,100 stars, which is pretty awesome. Is Laveg. I tried them once. As you can see, I starred them. I tried them and I used their source code, and it's pretty cool. I haven't played around with it yet, recently, but most likely I'll go back to it and see what it actually can do. Open Adopt. It's not used that. I try to use that, but I haven't fully went through with it. So there you go. So Salesforce AI Research, and their large language model is called XLAM. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone XLAM. Sorry, I got a short tongue. And to do that, whenever you visit a GitHub repository, you always want to make sure what can you do with this code. So there's different ways of actually taking this code and owning it as your own. Pretty much, you can take it and rename it, rebrand it. You can put it on a commercial use and so forth. So there are different types of licenses. So please go into the GitHub info and educate yourself to find out what open source code you can actually use for your purposes. So Apache 2.0 license is free to use. You can use it commercially, and you can actually revise the code itself. So we're safe. So it's not copyright. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clone it by clicking on the green code button, press a drop-down box, press copy to clipboard, and go back in here. We're going to refresh it. And yes, I left this open overnight just to see if I'll go back to it again, because sometimes I don't. So I left it open so that way I can just start right off the bat in the morning. So let's task augment. Take the following link, analyze it, then install its source code, onto the agent Excel. Without interrupting the current code base, please use XLAM as the LLM large language model to the agent to execute thinking digital tasks or Microsoft Excel tasks. To execute human level digital tasks. All right, so maybe we'll enhance it. Sorry, folks, I had to clear my throat. All right, so now I am ready to go to hit send. I pretty much had it enhance the prompt. So now we're going to hit enter. We're going to leave the little robot icon open. So it's going to take some time to clone it, to install it. Right now, I wanted to analyze it first before it actually installs the large language model. So yes, folks, you don't have to use an API key. There are ways that you can use AI besides an API key. So I know that's default, grained in our minds, because we see Microsoft Copilot, we see OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, and it requires an API key. You can actually use a large language model locally. Oh, and if anybody is curious, and if you want to watch me code, I can use Code with me if you would like to join me. So right now, Augment understands what it needs to do, and it actually created its own plan. Which, putting on my project manager hat, the ultimate goal for an AI agent in my profession is to successfully help with a project, I guess, if you put it that way. I don't want it to replace me. I want it to amplify me, um, and keep me steady, keep me thinking, and answer critical questions when need be. So I'm not looking to have this little blue guy on the bottom right replace me. I want it to enhance and amplify me. So every time I do a session like this, it's not to scare you that AI is going to take over your job. I'm laughing because it's not true. Well, maybe down the line, maybe down the line, but now it won't. Not yet. So we'll see in the future. I know all the AI gods out there, human gods, if you put it that way, human AI gods, like Mr. Hinton, you know, all the Sam Altmans of the world, they're saying 2035, 2030. So every week it changes, every week something comes out and said, someone comes out and says, I believe we will be reaching ASI by tomorrow. So yes, folks, that's hype, but please validate the hype, in my opinion. So as you see here, I'm having Mr. Augment work for its money, dollar, pretty much, at 7 a.m. West Coast time. And for anybody new to vibe coding or coding programming, AI, it's in general, this magic trick on the right side, um, traditionally, it's normally done by humans. So you would have, either yourself or a group of two, three, four, five team members, um, coding out, programming, testing, this entire code base. So it pretty much cuts it in half, to have you and the agent work side by side in coding. So it's pretty interesting and pretty exciting how far humanity has come, with AI, where it's actually at right now. And believe it or not, some people out there are saying this here is AGI. Um, I still on the fence with that. So yeah, and there's no right or wrong, to be honest. I mean, what you believe is what you believe. You have every right. I can't judge. Yeah, to me, I've got to validate it. And to me, At this point in time, August of 2025, it's like trying to prove there are aliens out there, and which I don't think we have proved it yet. So that's in my mind, you know. So we'll see. All right, so let's see where it actually. Okay, so it created a temp file. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, so it created a temp file so that way it can grab the code base from GitHub and install it into the directory. All right, so now it's updating the README. So this here should be revised to show it's going to use XLAM. I'm going to remove all the AI buzzwords in this README file. So when I succeed in having the agent control Excel and mimic human user interaction within Excel, I'm going to push the model or the agent to find out if it can actually understand the physical world, meaning the digital world as what we are on right now, and find out if it can understand a column, what it can identify inside each cell, and if it can identify a row, if it can actually create a table or a chart. So I know I'm just overthinking things, and I know Copilot does that for you. However, I want to do something different, and I'm the person that if I see everybody going to the left, I will go to the right. So all these sessions are just made that way for me, or in the way I'm wired. So I'm always thinking to go to do something different than the crowd. All right. So it understands now that it's not going to use OpenAI. It's going to use XLAM. So right here, it cloned out the repository, and then it actually provided source code adapting to the entire Agent Excel directory. All right, so it did its thing. So now we're going to test it. Okay, so let's do quick start. Copy this entire thing, all the steps, and ask it to run it for you. For me, please run it for me. All right. So right now it's going to install the dependencies by using pip install -r requirements.txt, and that is this guy right here. So it did add additional dependencies. So it added transformers, torch, requests, it added UI automation, PSUTL, we'll leave this guy up until it opens up another blue robot icon. .env file has been created. Okay. Okay, so right now it's going to use the XLAM base URL of localhost 8000 v1, and it's using XLAM 2-3 billion parameters fc-r, and I am assuming, which I'll verify, is the quantized model of XLAM. All right, so let's save that. Let's find out which one is the okay, so close that out. And right now we are having issues opening it up. Not really, dude. It's still having issues. All right, so I don't think so, buddy. I don't think it's gonna actually open up, so I'm gonna have you fix it. Yeah, okay, so let's close out these tabs. Have it restart the GUI. So all you folks out there that are new, GUI is graphical user interface, meaning the interface that you see to use the agent, the app, pretty much. So let's close this out. All right, so it restarted the GUI. Let's save just in case. Nothing happening, so let's task it again to help in fixing the chat interface. It is not popping up. or it is not showing on my desktop screen when I click the robot icon. Let's not enhance that. Let's hit enter. One thing I didn't do is have it analyze the current code base and show me the root cause, so I could learn, or actually I can fix it myself or have my partner in crime fix it. So So right now it took care of the errors, and now it's going to restart the application. So we're going to see another robot icon on the bottom right. All right. So, anybody new out there that's just getting into AI, getting into coding, programming, um, this is a new approach to programming and coding. However, there's still deficiencies. So, I encourage you to go to school um, and learn how to code and programming at this day and age. This is not a blue pill to AI or to coding and programming. Go to school, educate yourself, learn things. So let's see. Awesome. So let's close that out. Okay, so that's the current one. So let's save. All right, so that concerns me. That says no AI backend available. So it's reverting back to basic pattern matching. Okay, so now that you reverted back to basic pattern matching, how smart are you with it? Let's find out. You're going to have it open up Microsoft Excel. Okay. Come on, dude. So you reverted, so there's no AI on the back end. So you reverted back to basic pattern matching. That means autocomplete automation, and yet you still are not opening up Microsoft Excel using the traditional Excel features, which is I think the DOM object, and you call it whatever. Not even that is using, which is pretty unfortunate. So now we're going to go back here and copy and paste this. I'm just going to act like a wise ass and just paste it, because it gave me As you can see, it fed my ego, my dopamine, and everything like that, and it told me that it did the work, but then it didn't. So I'm going to say, please fix the error. The agent is not executing all commands. So about 10 minutes, I'll probably end the session, maybe about 5 minutes from now. And I'll continue on probably when I get back. I might just do this for the whole entire day. I don't know. We'll see. Let me check on the command execution. Okay. So this here, folks, to me it's bloat. So I'm gonna go back when we've progressed further and put them in their main folders or delete them if it's not needed. Oh, okay. 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 It's doing something. Okay. All right. So now it fixed the Excel automations. So let's see if it's gonna fix the AI backend error. Okay, so it opened up Excel. So let's close that out, because what I want to do is when it fixes the AI backend error, I'm gonna go into the chat interface and ask it the same question. Open up Microsoft Excel. Last night it actually opened up Microsoft Excel using Olama and then using the OpenAI key, Open API key. But then when I started to use the Open API key, it started to lose its mind and not open up Microsoft Excel. So right now it still has an error. I'm checking Excel. But it fixed the automation, so I don't know why it hasn't that error. So large action models, which I haven't touched on or give a little explanation of that terminology. Large action models are models that will perform actions on your operating system, just like you see here. So right now it opened up Microsoft Excel. Okay, so let's save that. I saw the blue robot icon pop up just in time for me to almost end the session. So let's, okay, so that is Again, no backend available. So let's see the pattern matching. And again, that doesn't work. Trust but verify, folks. As you see here, it's giving me amazing information that it actually succeeded in executing the task. But when I went to go check on it, it doesn't do it. So trust but verify. This is very important when showing a demo of your AI agent product. You don't want it to have it not work when you're trying to demonstrate it. So just because you see all these nice and pretty words here, you still gotta trust but verify. So now that it didn't do it, we're about 36 minutes into the session, so we're probably going to end it for now. I'm going to keep it open, and when I get back, I'll probably continue and probably be on live for like a long time today, just to see if I could actually do this thing. And the reason why I'm thinking about it, because in the past, this is how far I've progressed as far as AI controlling specific apps on my operating system. I go as far as opening up the app itself, but then after that, no joy from there. So I'm hoping I can actually overcome that obstacle and maybe have it do some complicated stuff with me, not for me, with me in Microsoft Excel. So again, thank you for watching. This was a very short one. I'll get back on again when I get back home, and I'm going to keep this open and we'll continue from there. Thank you, folks. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on my next session.